And welcome here to another edition of One-on-One, brought to you by Sandhills Global and powered by ABM. If you have equipment to sell, sell it at auctiontime.com. Sean Callahan here with HuskerOnline.com as we go in depth with different members of the Nebraska basketball team. Today in One-on-One, we caught up with Junior Guard Trey McGowens as Husker Online's Robin Washett has more.
All right, thanks, Sean. Robin Washett here with HuskerOnline.com, here with Junior Guard Trey McGowens. Trey, thanks for taking the time to join us today. This has been kind of a whirlwind off season for you. With all the stuff going on with the podcast we got. You just went to Big Ten Media Days and did the whole dog and pony show there. How excited are you to kind of, you got all this stuff off the court, but actually to lock in on the court, get this season underway, start playing some games, and start accomplishing, I'm sure, the lofty goals you guys have set for yourself?
We've been putting in work since really April. And then once the new guys came, they really just picked up where we left off, and then just been putting in work with us.
Now, you mentioned the new guys. So just maybe talk a little bit about the meshing process with the returners like yourself and Kobe, Derek, Lat, and those guys, with all the newcomers, and your brother included. How has that transition gone, not just with clicking on the court during workouts and now the start of official practices, but just getting to know each other as people beyond basketball?
It was really easy, just based off our personalities and how everybody meshed so well. It was really kind of surprising how quick everything kind of happened. And then, like I said, the new guys, they just work. And then, we don't have a lot of egos here, so.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, because I know Coach Hoiberg has said that probably the hardest job he has going into this season is finding a rotation and figuring out how to play guys with certain lineups and who's going to get how many minutes and all that stuff. The ego thing is interesting, because I think that's going to be an important part to this thing working, where some guys probably aren't going to play as much as they want to, but you seem confident that won't be an issue that could divide the locker room. The guys are going to just maybe be stars in their roles, so to speak.
I feel like we established that early. We had a team meeting. And then, if everybody understands, if they don't get a lot of playing time at the beginning of the season, you just got to continue to work day in and day out at practice. And then, the work always going to show.
Now, I'm sure when you were at Big Ten Media Days, you saw that you guys were picked 11th to start the year. What was your response to that?
We know how hard we work. We know the pieces we have. So really just continually putting in the work day in and day out. And really just using it as motivation. But honestly, I don't think we pay too much attention into that. We have our own goals set, and that's the only thing we're really focused on.
Internally, what are the expectations for this season? How good do you think this team could be?
NCAA tournament or bust, and not just making an NCAA tournament. The goal this year, the minimum, bring the University of Nebraska their first tournament win, and everybody understands it, and everybody's working towards that. So.
As you mentioned, that NCAA tournament win has never happened here. I think that stat has been thrown out far too many times. But, it seems like that's kind of not just with you, but every player that I've talked to is that they want to change the perception and the brand of Nebraska basketball. And obviously it starts there. Is that kind of the unified goal of this team, not just to get to the tournament, but to take Nebraska basketball into a different level nationally, with just as far as how they're perceived around the rest of the country?
Most definitely. I feel like that's the reason the coaches brought in the pieces that we have today. And then I honestly feel like that's what sold everyone to come here. Because, everyone wants to make history. And then it hasn't been done here, so we'll be the first to do it. And then, we can come back anytime. And it'll be our home. So
yeah, you guys probably have a statue put upside a PBA if that happens. But I got to get you out of here just asking about getting to play with your brother. With Bryce coming here, I know that was a big deal for you two and your whole family. How much are you looking forward to taking the court in a real game together as college teammates?
Super excited. I mean, nobody knows our games better than we know each other's. So, I mean, we've been training together our whole life. We got 2 different types of games, but I feel like we complement each other so well.
Good stuff. Well, hey, Trey, I appreciate you taking the time to come on with us. Sean, we'll send it back to you.